Okay, this is the February 16th meeting of the Fall River Traffic Board. Prior to beginning the meeting, I'm going to read the open meeting law. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived, by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. First thing I'd like to do is take attendance, Madam Secretary.
Helen Rigo,
She's not present.
Natalie Mello,
Yeah.
Sergeant Dolan,
Present.
and Officer Tom Farris.
Present.
Okay, Helen Rigo is absent from today's meeting, or at least right now she is. Top item on the agenda is citizen input. Is anybody here for something that's not on the agenda that just wanted to address the board? Okay, nobody's here for citizen input. Next item is the minutes from the previous meeting that was held on January 19th. We've got them in our packet. I make a motion that we accept the meeting minutes from the January meeting.
Second.
Officer Farris seconds the motion. Anyone opposed to approving the previous meeting's minutes? Madam Clerk, can you do roll call, please?
Approval of the January Traffic Board minutes, Natalie Mello,
Yes.
Sergeant Dolan,
Yes.
and Officer Farris.
Yes.
Okay, we've approved the meeting minutes from last month's meeting. I'm gonna jump out of order here so that we can accommodate one of the applicants for a handicap spot. And that's the application for 34 Pear Street, which is request number 3. Okay, Pear Street is a dead-end, short street off of, I think, Walnut. I know it's one of those streets.
Yeah.
It's the last house on the left-hand side of that dead-end street. And on top of that, the placard, the handicap placard, is only a temporary placard. Based on the fact that it's a temporary placard and our past practices, we don't normally approve a handicap parking space there. I can ask you this, ma'am, because you're here. Is parking an issue down on that end of the street right now?
There's like almost no parking sometimes. And my son, he's running to the street, there's sometimes no parking.
Is his condition something that's going to continue in life? Because the handicap placard he has is only temporary.
I didn't know if it was temporary.
Yeah, at some point, you're going to have to ask the doctor
Okay.
that if his medical condition is not going to change,
Okay.
then he needs, when they fill out the application, when the back of the application where the doctor has to fill it out, he will have to put there that it's a medical condition that's gonna continue. And this way,
Okay.
Medical Affairs in Boston will mail you the placard that's good for every 5 years.
Okay.
The long-term one.
Right, so she can get that.
So based on the fact that it's a temporary placard and our past dealings here, I'm making a recommendation, or I'm gonna make a motion that we deny this application until you can get a permanent placard so that they can erect the signs and all that on your street.
Okay.
So I make a motion that we deny and we allow her to come back at a later date when she gets a permanent placard.
Okay.
Second that.
Okay, Natalie seconds my denial. Anyone opposed to that? Madam Clerk, can you do roll call, please?
Sure. 34 Pay Street, denial until applicant can produce a permanent placard. Natalie,
Yes.
Sergeant Dolan,
Yes, deny it.
and Officer Farris.
Denied.
Okay, ma'am, it's denied until you can get a permanent placard.
Okay, thank you so much.
And you're free to leave.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're gonna do them back in order. These are tabled from the previous meeting. The first one is 602 Dwelly Street. Woman's here. That's listed as a single-family house, and there's a garage, there's a driveway and an 8-stall garage.
The cars don't, if you go down there, the cars don't fit in the garage, it's used for storage. The only cars that can fit in there is the antiques, but to put a car in there like mine, I have a Mazda, you can't open the doors. They're very short. It was, Nassif's owned it years ago and had fruit in there. It's only set up for storage.
Okay, the house is listed as a single-family house,
Yes. What's that?
but yet you're listed as a tenant.
My husband and I are in the process of getting divorced. I can't afford the house, so I stay in the house. He lives at his parents' on Scott, and I give him $400 a month, and he pays all the bills and the water.
All right.
But all the garages has storage for his business, and the trucks kept getting tickets, so he has to have those work trucks in the driveway. I've been parking right on Scott Street, right in front of my house, my side porch.
Yep.
It just, you know, I gave up calling the police because of the traffic down there with the new school.
Mm-hmm.
I can't walk 2 blocks away to go home. You know, I can't base my day in doctors on, they
With the
come at
school
7:15 a.m. and they don't leave until 10 or 9. And in the afternoon, they stop parking in front of the garages at 1:15, and they're there until 3:25. We did rent out a couple for people with motorcycles, and they had to leave because there's no getting in. I stopped calling you guys the day they pinned me up against the garage. I gave up. I don't even look out my window, but the point is, I should be able to come home. And I can't. I can't.
Okay, and this house has a driveway.
That's his business trucks. He gets tickets. He's got wide trucks. One of them's an ambulance that he converted.
But didn't you say he doesn't live there anymore?
No, he lives at his mother's on Scott Street, right across the street.
Okay,
I live on the corner of Scott and Dwelly. His parents own 40 Scott. That's where he lives.
right. Well, based on it being a single-family house with a driveway, I'm gonna recommend that we deny this application. I've never approved them before, I'm not gonna make a special case for this, it's based on past practices. So I make a motion that we deny 602 Dwelly Street.
Second.
Natalie seconds, anyone opposed? Madam Clerk, can you do roll call, please?
Okay, motion to deny 602 Dwelly Street, Natalie,
Deny.
Sergeant Dolan,
Deny?
and Officer Farris.
Deny.
Okay, your application's being denied, ma'am. Next from the previously tabled is 294 Barnaby Street. People seated in the back. This is a multifamily residence on a tight street. There is no driveway to the house. I see no issues at all. I make a motion that we approve this application. Anyone care to second that motion?
I'll second that.
Officer Farris seconds it. Anyone opposed to approving 294 Barnaby? Madam Clerk, can you do roll call, please?
Motion to approve 294 Barnaby Street, Natalie,
Motion to approve.
Sergeant Dolan,
Approve?
and Officer Farris.
Approve. Okay, 294 Barnaby Street passes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll give my spiel while you write that down. Anybody here that's also gonna get approved for handicapped space, you may have a neighbor that gets a visitor down the road that has a handicap placard. So this space, even though it's in front of your house and it's for your use, on occasion, you're gonna get a neighbor that's got a placard that may park in there during the holidays or what have you.
I understand.
There's no area of the law that covers that, so they're legally able to do that. If there's no placard, then they can't park there, obviously, okay?
Yep.
Tell them how long and everything.
Any application that's approved today through the traffic board, the next step will be the maintenance crew will go to each house and do the measurements for the space as close as possible to the entrance that is used by the individual. Those measurements then go to city council, it'll go to city council meeting, and then it'll be referred to the ordinance committee, so it could take anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks before you see the poles outside your house, okay?
Okay, you're all set?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next on the agenda is 35 Etna Street. Anyone here from 35 Etna? Okay, this is the second time it was tabled last month. I make a motion to deny the application for 35 Etna Street.
Second.
Officer Farris seconds it. Anyone opposed? Madam Clerk, can you do roll call, please?
Okay. Denial of 35 Edna Street for no show a second time to the traffic board. Natalie,
Yes.
Sergeant Dolan,
Yes, deny it.
and Officer Farris.
Denied.
Okay, 35 Etna Street is denied. Now the current applications for handicap parking. First one is 225 Washington Street. Gentleman here in front. Same as the Barnaby Street. It's a multifamily residence. There is no driveway at all for the house. Tight parking on the street. I make a motion that we approve 225 Washington Street. Anyone care to second that?
Second that.
Officer Farris seconds it. Anyone opposed to approving 225 Washington Street? Madam Clerk, can you do roll call, please?
Sure. Approval of 225 Washington Street. Natalie,
Approve.
Sergeant Dolan,
Approve?
and Officer Farris.
Approve. Approve. Sir, are you representing the woman applying?
I didn't speak English. Speak English. Speak Portuguese. I'm sorry.
That's okay. O senhor tem aqui qual é a direção?
At 225 Washington Street,
Ok.
Florida, Mass.
Ok. O senhor quer que é ela?
Seu marido.
Oh,
Minha
yes,
esposa
the husband.
tem dificuldade de andar.
Foi tudo aprovado, ok? Como eu expliquei há bocadinho, vai levar 6 a 8 semanas antes do senhor vir os postos em frente da casa,
Thank you
ok?
so much.
No
Thank you
problem.
so much.
Yeah, e você pode ir embora,
Thank
ok?
you.
All
Thank
set,
you.
sir.
Thank you.
Next is 162 Tremont Street. Nobody's here from 162 Tremont Street. I make a motion that we table it for the next meeting, 162 Tremont. Anyone care to second that?
Second table.
Officer Farris seconds it. Anyone opposed to tabling it? Madam Clerk, can you do roll call, please?
Okay. Table 162 Tremont Street for no-show. Natalie,
Yes.
Sergeant Dolan,
Yes, table it.
and Officer Farris.
Table.
Okay, 162 Tremont Street is tabled. Next in our packet was 34 Pear Street. We've already handled that one. Next on the list is 138 Blackstone Street. Nobody's here for that one either. I make a motion that we table 138 Blackstone Street for a no-show.
Second to table.
Officer Farris seconds it. Anyone opposed to tabling 138 Blackstone? Madam Clerk, can you roll call, please?
Roll call for 138 Blackstone Street to table it due to no-show. Natalie,
Table it.
Sergeant Dolan,
Yes, table it.
and Officer Farris.
Table it.
Okay, 138 Blackstone Street is tabled. Next is 185 Smith Street. Gentleman here. Like the other multifamilies, it's same situation. Multifamily residence, no driveway available. I make a motion that we approve 185 Smith Street. Anyone care to second that motion?
Second to approve.
Officer Farris seconds it. Anyone opposed to approving 185 Smith Street? Madam Clerk, can you do roll call, please?
Roll call to approve 185 Smith Street for handicap space. Natalie,
Yes.
Sergeant Dolan,
Yes, approve it.
and Officer Farris.
Approve.
His
Okay,
license
185
still has-
Smith Street.
His license has the old address, just to let you know.
It's double checked. He's all set.
Yeah, okay.
All set, sir. It's approved.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Guys are good.
Okay, that's it for the handicap applications. Next is under miscellaneous requests. Request for a stop sign at Albion and Chesworth. You here for that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Is there, a letter or something that came with this?
I submitted one approximately 6 months ago.
Yeah, I think,
I got an email here.
yeah, I think it's the email reminding, and, that's all I put there, sorry.
Do you need something else on?
Well, I didn't read your letter. I'm guessing, because there's already a stop sign on Chesworth.
Correct.
Approaching Albion, I'm guessing you want one northbound on Albion at Chesworth?
Correct. I've been there approximately 25 years. The next closest stop sign is further up, approximately 500 feet at the intersection of Donnelly and Albion, where it has that little branch and it goes down. So vehicles stop picking up speed at Donnelly, and they're flying down there, coming pretty quickly. And there is an imminent danger in the sense of where there are children that leave Talbot and they cut through Chesworth Street and they go across the street right at that intersection and proceed going north down Albion. And also in the summer, there's a lot of pedestrian traffic due to Lafayette Pool and everybody walking up and down and across Chesworth and Albion. The stop sign is pretty important to myself and the other residents that are in that neighborhood. I've been there approximately 25 years. I am a tenant at will on the 3rd floor on 60 Albion Street. My landlord is in Florida, so he tasked me with coming to do this, plus it was my idea. There's been a lot of close calls on that street. As you gentlemen are aware, that street is they park on both sides of that street. So there is a lot of pedestrians and a lot of people that are exiting vehicles and vehicles coming down Albion. There's been some pretty close calls. It's a really, really scary environment right now. The past 5 years, I've noticed an increase in the amount of vehicle traffic that travels down Albion Street, and I'm just concerned for public safety that the sign is imminent and, is extremely important.
Okay, I didn't get to read your letter, but listen to your explanation.
I know we can't disrupt the flow of traffic, Sergeant. I completely get that. We can't have a stop sign every 500 feet.
It's actually something you can Google yourself, because I've mentioned at some of these prior meetings, stop signs don't necessarily slow cars down. What they do, especially when they're in places that they normally wouldn't be, like this is a T-shaped intersection, so we
Correct.
normally wouldn't make Albion Street stop.
Correct.
So statistically, they make the motorists irate, and the motorists race between stop signs, and it creates a bigger danger.
Correct.
Secondly, you may get motorists that don't even want to stop at the stop sign, and then you have a pedestrian that thinks it's safe to cross the street because they have a stop sign, and that's how they get hurt. I wasn't able to do any studies on any accidents at this intersection prior to this meeting, but I can look into it.
Nothing there. I did a review on it, and there was nothing there.
All right.
There's been nothing there in the last maybe 11 years.
We can look at other things, speed limit signs maybe on Albion
Nothing
Street.
posted.
Okay, we can do that.
One of the things that we can also do, I ordered some as of now, but we just ordered some pedestrian crossing signs that actually light up
Oh, that'd be great.
yellow. So if that's an area where a lot of children do walk, and I've seen children walking from Talbot, we can place those at the intersection so that as cars are approaching, and it's on 24 hours a day.
Solar power,
great.
right?
Yeah, because they're solar powered, so I just
Great.
ordered 6, but I am getting more from the state, so
Great.
we can probably put that one.
It's
We can-
actually better.
Yeah,
Sure.
we can also make sure.
That'll
I'll have-
suffice. That'll
Now,
work.
is it Albion that has no speed limit signs?
Albion has nothing posted from top to bottom.
Tomorrow,
It is such a, it's a, pretty much a thoroughway, it's a
Tomorrow-
side street.
I'll have my guys go there tomorrow and place a couple of speed limit signs as
Great.
well as some slow signs. That we can do.
That'd be helpful.
And then the pedestrian one, just, probably take about a week or so before I get those signs in, okay?
And I would imagine we're gonna hit the more heavily traveled pedestrian areas before Albion and Chesworth. I know that it's busy when Lafayette Pool is open, but that's not a busy intersection when compared to other areas of the city.
And a quick question for you, Sergeant. Chapter 90 enforcement out of the question in that area?
No, we can send
Just
guys
because I know
there.
it's tight, nowhere to really, but I'm figuring the bike could be somewhere.
What do we have, 220 miles of streets, Tom?
496 streets.
We can send guys there.
Okay,
I'm not gonna lie to you, Albion and Chesworth won't be a daily
of
street.
course.
But
But-
I'll send the police presence there so that they can
I appreciate
monitor
it.
the area.
That area, I believe, is the same, it's pretty much the same vehicles that come down there every day for the most
Yeah.
part. So I think if they see just some type of prevention there for a good 2-3 hours, hopefully
Yep.
it'll slow them down. Plus the signs will be very helpful, really appreciate that, thank
Okay,
you very much.
all right, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you
Have
for
a
your
good day.
input.
All right, have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
And last, well, not the last item, next item in the agenda, there's a request from the water department to replace a stop
Hold on.
sign.
Did we do a motion to deny the stop
Oh,
sign?
I'm sorry, you're right, thank you. I make a motion that we deny installing a stop sign on Albion Street at Chesworth Street. Anyone care to second that motion?
Second?
Natalie seconds, anyone opposed to not installing a stop sign there? Can you do roll call, Madam Clerk?
Roll call to deny the stop sign at Chestworth and Albion. Natalie,
Deny.
Sergeant Dolan,
Deny?
and Officer Farris.
Deny.
Okay, that's denied, but we have other ways to handle that area. Now we'll move on to the request from the water department to put a stop sign at the intersection of Indian Town. Now,
Let me tell you what happened.
wait a minute, let me tell you something. This agenda says Indian Town and Blossom Road. The letter says Indian Town and Blossom Hill.
It's Blossom Road, it's not Blossom Hill.
Oh, not
Could have
road.
been.
Although,
So, there's always been a stop sign down there, so I received a call a couple of weeks ago. I think it was during the first snowstorm, it got knocked down, it got, probably destroyed. So of course, I went into ordinance, cause I always do that just to make sure, and I didn't see it in ordinance. So I told the gentleman who takes care of that whole area down there that I would have to, well, first of all, it was the environment police that called. That was the first call I got. Then I got the second call from Mr. Labassiere. I went and see Paul Furl, and I said, I need something in writing that it needs a stop sign so I can put it into ordinance and then put it back. So, they're what they stated on the letter. So they really need it down there due to, I guess, a lot of activity during the night with vehicles, so.
well, that changes my
It can
whole
be busy-
response.
It can be busy up there.
But I had Indian Town and Blossom Hill on their letter. So I don't know if you can still approve the letter, the official letter they sent you is mentioning Blossom Hill Drive, which is a dead-end street off of Indian Town.
Yeah.
And I would not give them a stop sign.
It's, what is my, it's Indian Town Road and Blossom Road.
According to the agenda.
Yeah, I will double check that, but I'm pretty sure that this is correct.
All right.
Cause Blossom Hill Drive, I don't even think it's accepted by the city as of yet, so. Blossom
It's got about
Road
10
is-
houses on it, but it's a T-shape, very similar to Chesworth and Albion, as a
No,
matter of fact.
this is a busy
All right,
intersection.
based on your explanation, I make a motion that we do approve a stop sign at Indian Town and Blossom Drive. Anyone care to second my motion?
Second, your motion.
Natalie seconds it. Anyone opposed to a stop sign at Indian Town and Blossom Road? Madam Clerk, can you do roll call, please?
Yes, stop sign approval for Indian Town Road at Blossom Road. Natalie,
Yes.
Sergeant Dolan,
Yes,
and
approved.
Officer Farris.
Approved.
All right. So once again, the stop sign is approved at Indian Town and Blossom Road.
And I will respond.
Not Blossom Hill Drive.
And I will respond to you if that was correct.
Okay. Next on the agenda are rescinded handicap spots. Request from the traffic department to have the following handicap spaces rescinded due to individuals no longer utilizing the space because they have either moved, no longer drive, or have passed away. Linden Street, Buffington Street, Connecticut Street, Tuttle Street, William Street, Pittman Street, 3rd Street, Tripp Street, and Oliver Street. I make a motion that we rescind those handicap spots. Will anybody second that motion?
Motion to rescind.
Natalie seconds it. Anyone opposed? Madam Clerk, can you do roll call, please?
Motion to approve rescinded HP spaces. Natalie,
Yes.
Sergeant Dolan,
Yes.
and Officer Farris.
Yes.
Okay, we're rescinding those handicap spaces. Any other matters that are on the agenda?
Oh, yes, it's not on the agenda, but we need to decide, I'll be getting a couple of phone calls of when we're going to, discuss the issue at Atlantic Boulevard.
Oh, I thought we were inviting the residents here.
Correct, but we had said, let's wait till the winter's over and, gets a little bit better. Just let me know what month you want that, cause then I have to get all the addresses from the assessors, mail them a letter so we can do the March meeting. Or we can, they're just concerned because summer's gonna be coming soon, and that's when activity gets going down there, when people wanna go down there for the good days, so.
Okay, but in the meantime,
There's nothing
there's
there.
no parking signs on the whole street now. Okay,
Until we
then
decide.
let's make it the March meeting.
That's fine. Isn't it?
Yeah, next week I'll get all the addresses, and then I'll make sure they get it in enough time that if they can make plans to attend.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna mention again, on Northeast Avenue, we had a rollover, and, people are still concerned, and I think they're putting something together, so, because it's too
For
many.
the residents to come here?
I'm sure.
I know we discussed it before the meeting, just so that it's public. One of the spaces that we're going to put those lighted, speed limit radar signs is on Northeastern Avenue. I know, like I told you, they just came in, I'm gonna say early last week, and I know that our department is working on installing the remaining ones throughout the city, and I know Northeastern Avenue is one of them.
So they did a few phone calls, so I don't know what's gonna become of it, so just to let
Okay.
you know.
Any other matters? Make a motion to adjourn? Anyone care to second it?
Second?
Officer Farris seconds it. Anyone opposed to adjournment? Madam Clerk, can you do roll call?
Roll call to adjourn meeting at, what's the time?
4:35.
4:35. Natalie,
Yes.
Sergeant Dolan,
Yes?
Officer Farris.
Yes.
Okay, this meeting is adjourned.